Alright, Landers, so today over on Bleach Assault Resins, we did get a new version update, version 1.1. This, of course, is anticipation for the release of Toshiro and also Momo that are scheduled to release later tomorrow. Later today, actually, if you are on the C versions. And with these new character releases, we are going to get a bunch of new events. And we can actually see in-game right now some of the stuff that is coming. So, for example, we are getting Twisted Fate and Anomaly Investigation in Week 4. But Week 3, again tomorrow, we are going to get Toshiro, the Limited Time Challenge, which should be the Gin event, the Boss Fight event, and also the Frost Spirit Gift, which of course is the free login bonus. But with that, we also have quite a lot of other things to talk about, including, as stated here, a new gallery feature, added controller and keyboard support, more on that in a minute, and we also have new content to do as well, so kind of a lot to do today in anticipation for tomorrow, where all the events do start. But first up, if you come over to the redemption code and input the letters of Bleach DM1130, that was the code that was available a few days ago, and this code does give 300 Spirit Jades. It now does officially work on the global side of the game. So for logging in today, including the maintenance rewards, you are getting 600 Spirit Jades and also 2 spiritual power nourishers, so you are getting additional 120 stamina. So if you have been waiting for this code to start working, it's now finally able to be used. So make sure you go ahead and get those Spirit Jades. Either way, first up, one of the new additions that we are getting into the game is the new gallery feature. So this is actually a pretty cool system. Very similar to other games. It can be treated as an album when you get to see all the characters that are available in the game and characters that you do own. This includes all the currently playable units. There is a section for the weapon stamps. As of right now, I do have a decent collection, only missing Sergeant and also Ikaku's weapon stamps. There are also filters, so if you want to just look at SRs or rares, for example, you can do that. You can click on it, you can see the max level effects. Going back to characters, personally, I actually really do like this. So it actually tells you when you unlocked the unit for the first time. So in my case, day number 1, 21st of November, and you actually get to hear their voice lines, which is actually pretty cool. You also get to see the max level, at least in regards to their weapon. You can see the skills. I don't think you can check here the max level for the skills. That would definitely be appreciated. And then the boundary page is also available here, but that's something you can normally see in-game on your character page regardless. Of course, since there is a section for weapon stamps, there are also sections for the core stamps too. So you get to see what you do own and what you don't own. In this case, these are the ones that I'm personally missing. And with that, you can also see the available stamp sets. Now, the reason why you do want to collect these is that as you collect every weapon stamp in the game, core stamp, character, and even set stamps, you are getting rewarded for it with summon tickets. So right now, for example, I get free character tickets, free weapon tickets. This, of course, is on the default banner, but definitely appreciated nonetheless. In this case, free weapon summon tickets and also 1 character ticket. And then for the characters, very similar enough, 2 weapon tickets and also 1 character ticket. So just free summons for the most part. Which in this case, because I've collected enough, we can actually do a multi. So let's quickly go through that and see if we can get something. Something for Sergeant right now doesn't seem like it. We got a Nemu duplicate. And then over here, we can pull for Sergeant's weapon. Let's see if we can get something from this. Doesn't seem like it. Let's just skip. 2 SRs will take it. Unfortunately, no SSR for this video. So yeah, pretty cool system to add to the game. Also get rewarded for it too as you collect characters, weapon stamps, and also core stamps. Go ahead and claim the rewards for what you have already collected thus far. Now after that, we did get new content. So in this case, Chapter 9 is currently available. It's pretty much the start of the Arranca arc, the Hueco Mundo invasion. We'll likely be going through this in our own video later today, so stay tuned for that. But this is more rewards, especially the corridor keys if you need those. And as of right now, this is only available for those that were able to beat Chapter 8, which you do get around level 46. So I'm not sure the exact level you need to get to this content, but if you've been playing every single day, you should be close to getting to this point or have already reached said point. Now, one new feature that was added to the game, surprisingly out of nowhere too, just within 1 week of a launch, we do have controller and keyboard support. Now, it is stated that it was added to the game, but at least as of right now on the global side of the game, I really can't see a way to activate it. There's no options in the settings. So at least as of me recording this video, it's not available right now. It should be. Maybe they're going to fix that soon. But if you are currently playing on the C version, you can actually use a controller and it works pretty good, I will be honest. There's definitely room for improvement. And while it's not currently available, at least as of me recording this video on the global side of the game, it should be available probably very soon. So the way this controller system does work, and I assume this will work for mobile as well. Currently, I am using an emulator. But if you have been wanting to use a controller, it just automatically detects it. And you can see in the bottom right how the controls do work. So if you press left on the D-pad, you pretty much get a cursor where you can go to any point of the game. And then RB and the left analog stick does work as a scroll wheel. This was quite surprising for me. And in a way, this is almost as close as a PC launch can get. And also in a way, showing that the game could work on console too, just through this control system. It's a bit wonky. You definitely get used to it though. But this is pretty much showing to me that, you know, a PC port, a console port for this game is definitely possible right now. And the base for that is pretty much already done and available right now on mobile devices. So if we go ahead and head to the trading section by just using our mouse cursor, you can see that it does actually change the icon of the buttons, showcasing the attacks and what button you need to press to activate said attack. So right now, X, for example, is the basic attack. Y, I am currently using a controller. An Xbox controller in particular, is for the skill, RT is the ultimate, B is the counter, A is the flash step, and then LB is to activate the battlefield skill. And if I was to restart the quest, you can actually see now the controls in terms of using keyboard and mouse. I'm not too comfortable with the keyboard and mouse controls, but it definitely is nice, and it feels like the lock-on is a bit better too. I don't know if that's just me as of late, but the lock-on does feel a lot more tighter, which is probably a good thing. That way, I guess you don't miss your attacks. Now, with that said, this is definitely a good start having controller support because it definitely does feel a lot better when compared to using, you know, mapping on an emulator. But as of right now, there's no way to change the controls because I would love to use this control set, but since I have been playing the game since launch, I'm already accustomed to my preferred button layout, which you can't use right now when it comes to using a controller in this game. If anything, maybe I will adapt to the buttons they want me to use, but I would really love to see a setting in-game where I can change each individual input. Because personally, I don't like pressing RT for the ultimate. Y for the skill is decent, but I've been using X, for example. Again, I can get used to this control scheme after a while, because it does have its benefits. It's more smooth. It's definitely more fluid as well. You'll notice that it's a bit more responsive. So there's definitely a reason to play it through this particular system, but I would definitely like an option in-game somewhere to just remap the controls. Because right now, you don't have that option. So it's a great start. It's a great start that they added this just after 2 weeks of the game, our first major patch. But there's definitely room for improvement. Because right now, one of the benefits for me, at the very least, is something that you might have realized if you were playing through the Elusive Presence event. This event, you have to clear very fast. I got a 26-second clear time, for example. And the thing is, when you are now on the controller support, when you are using a controller through this particular system, you can pretty much hold down the left analog stick, and you'll see right when the quest starts, it starts to move straight away, so you can get closer to Ikaku, which is definitely very important. When it comes to the global side, when you aren't using the supported controller scheme, so right now, let's go back to global, for example. Again, later on, maybe today, they should get the controller support added. For some reason, it's not available right now. But what I'm going to do is hold forward on my left analog stick, and you're going to notice that my character cannot move. He will only start moving because, again, it's not the official controller support once I start moving forward once the quest starts. It's a little thing, but in an event like this where, you know, you're fighting for seconds in the ranking system, pressing forward after the quest starts is a bit annoying. Not my personal preference. But with that said, let's get a quick run in real quick with the control scheme that I'm currently using. We did make a video on this team. I've definitely mastered the attack layout a little bit, and I've been able to get some pretty good scores consistently too. This run right now is looking actually a bit bad, but it's whatever. Let's use our ultimate. Does that stagger? I think it did. It didn't. So we're probably dead here, but you know, controller right now on emulator is pretty decent. Definitely better once we do get the controller support on global, which again should be available later today. It works pretty good, and I like the fact that you can even use the controller as a mouse cursor. That way you can fully play the game right now with no mouse at all, just strictly using your controller. So going back to the improvements that they can make to the mouse cursor, when it comes to using your left analog stick, is a bit too fast for my liking as well. But again, to me, this just pretty much shows that, you know what, a console port, a PC port especially, is definitely possible, and they can pretty much just use what they added today with this update. Now, other than that, it's pretty much just been optimization changes. So in this case, a new Bleach avatar frame has been optimized. Not really sure what that's referring to. I don't think I've seen that yet. Maybe it's available later. They've optimized the auto battle AI logic, which I guess is nice to see the auto controls being improved. And auto in general, at least from what I've been seeing, it actually works quite well. They dodge, they can also parry at points. And when it comes to the leaderboard, you can now see characters' boundary ascension progress, which I feel like we could already see, but there's no ranking events going on right now for me to potentially check that out. But either way, regardless, this is actually a pretty good update. New SSR character, new SR character with Momo and also Toshiro. We are getting the events later today on the C version, tomorrow at Reset for Global, and then with that, there's a new gallery feature, new Chapter 9 of the story mode, and also controller support. Also, from what I have heard at the end of the video in regards to the story mode cutscenes, because that's definitely something they need to improve upon as well, I believe Chapter 3 onwards is lacking of voice acting. At least on the Chinese version of the game, I think Chapter 3 does now have voice acting, and I'm sure that'll be available later on the C version and also global version, hopefully sometime very soon. So it seems like they are actively working towards fixing the voice acting issue and also cutscene issue. Hopefully, though, it doesn't take them too long. Either way, that's the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Still as next time, take care and peace.